Alright, welcome back to When I Get Caught Stealth Camping. Today's episode is by the fire department, right behind me. Today's challenge, the rules are, camp has to be up for 9 hours. I can't get caught. Campsite has to be in view of the fire department, firehouse number 2, and I gotta have a full meal. We're actually gonna have to, and we have to poke the bear. And I'll tell you a little more about that a bit later, but we're gonna make the challenge a little bit more complicated. Right now, what we're gonna do, and this is the most exciting part, this is my backpack. I'm not stealthy at all right now, and we have to get into the... I'm gonna wait just a second here for the traffic to die down. It's 7 p.m. The sun is about to set in about maybe an hour and 20 minutes. And the actual first challenge we're gonna pass is finding a spot to plant the tent. So the adrenaline is really up right now, and this is the most fun part. And I'm gonna show you what it looks like when you break the law. Okay, here. Okay, we're gonna go through here, which is perfect. Right by the box, so remember the way, because we're gonna go out a bit later. All right. Okay. Dense woods. I did not expect that. We'll find a place. Whew. But we'll go a bit further up. And I can hear people in the distance. I can't go too far. But I think here on the other side of that tree is going to be perfect. If I can get there. Alright, looks like this is the spot. And through the magic of editing. Okay, we're in the process of setting up the tent. So there's not going to be some as good of a magic editing as I was hoping to do. But as you can hear in the background, the fire department is very active. So this is going to be fun tonight. Hopefully. Alright, so the tent has been set off. And here is the magic of editing that you were supposed to see. I'm going to show you what it looks like from the outside, if the camp is visible. And we're going to poke the bear. We're going to walk around and we're going to go see somewhat of surveil the places. So let's go out of here and show you what it looks like when I turn around. Tent. There's people on the bicycle road just right there. They're walking. I'm gonna let them pass. Okay, they seem to be gone. Let's get out. Alright, so we made it out. I went a bit deeper than I thought, and now I'm worried. There's the fireplace, but I'm not going to be able to find the tent again. Also, I may have poked my eye in a branch, which wasn't fun. The sun is setting, and we're going to go to the Bio City. Right. Be back in a bit. The BioCity, the firehouse number 2, right behind me. And this is Cité de la Biotech. And this is a very surveilled place. Years ago, we're gonna go in it. This was blocked to traffic, so you couldn't go on that road. There was a checkpoint. And a lot of secret experiments with viruses are being conducted here, but I think they're also testing on human subjects for drug approvals and everything. So I'm gonna go take a picture with a couple of these buildings. There's cameras everywhere. So this is me poking the bear, because some security guard could just call the cops. And yeah, there's a weird guy who went into the woods and everything. So I'm gonna take a couple of pictures. Just a sec. The last one's another picture. Unfortunately, it's not there anymore. You get the sign, you're not allowed here. It has been flattened out. I'm going to show you through the archives of Google Maps what was there. You might remember this company from a time not so long ago where we couldn't get out of the house past 7 p.m. At least in Quebec we couldn't, because there was a curfew. So here's the images, and we're back in the tent. I did not get caught. So now, I guess my favorite part of the video, the food. We're gonna get to that, but before that, why am I doing this? 2 years ago, I started the channel with the challenge of self-camping, because I went to Section Hike, the trail in Ontario, the Bruce Trail, and you're not allowed to camp on the Bruce Trail, and you're supposed to book a motel, but I didn't have the budget for that. So I did a lot of stealth camping then, and I had so much fun. Just the adrenaline, man. And I've been joking around, because there's other channels like this one on YouTube for camping, and I've been joking around like, I'd love to be paid to sleep. So the goal is to get to 1,000 subscribers and make $1. If I make $1 sleeping, the goal of the channel is 1. All right, now maybe just before the food, what's my gear? So this is the pillowcase. Pillowcase is amazing, because you might have noticed I took off my hoodie. I use my hoodie to put in the pillowcase, and now it's the pillow. I have the sleeping mat, the sleeping bag. It's a mummy, it can go pretty low. Tonight it should be around 10 degrees Celsius. I'm gonna put it in the corner there in Fahrenheit. And I have a sleeping bag liner. So what I'm going to do is I'm probably going to sleep in the liner and have the sleeping bag as a blanket. All right, let's cook some food. I have a baguette, mustard, cheese, Emmental cheese, which is close to Swiss, and it's sharp and it's strong, and it's tough and it's solid. I mean, so good cheese. Some fresh tomatoes. And finally, some bruschetta seasoning. Yeah, nice tomato sandwich right there. Okay, well, that was tasty. Now for my favorite piece of equipment, the old trusty Ursack, which is made of Kevlar. It's better than a bear bag, because a bear bag you would have to, throw a string, hook it up like 6 feet above like the ground and 6 feet from a tree, and there's no trees to do that here. But with this thing, you just throw everything in, and you're gonna have to Google it yourself or go on YouTube yourself and look up Ursack versus Grizzly, where they just put meat in it, and the Grizzly, they try to get in, and since this is made out of Kevlar, even if the Grizzly had an AK-47, he wouldn't be able to get into the bag. So we're gonna get the food in it, and we're gonna go hang it up. All right, the Ursack has been hanged up, so we're good for the night. I'm not sponsored by them in any ways, me and my 6 subscribers. I just like the thing. So now we're gonna go do what should be the easiest part of the challenge, which is sleeping. And since there's some fresh air and I love camping, should be easy. And we're gonna see you in the morning. Good night, guys.
8 hours later.
Hey, we made it. 6 a.m. Super uneventful night. The only time the firefighters went out was when I was setting up the tent, and there was the sirens, but no sirens at all tonight. We're gonna just have a look around, because The sun is just rising and the birds are singing and my eye is still red. Amazing. Okay, and we're gonna have breakfast. Let's see what we have. We were supposed to have a banana, but it did not survive the night in the bag for some reason. However, we have some fresh dates and that's gonna be breakfast with some water. That's it. I'm gonna have a second breakfast when I get home. All right, another rule of the challenge that I don't remember if I mentioned at the beginning of the video yesterday was I have to leave the place better than when I found it. And I found some trash, so we're gonna pick that up and I'm gonna, through magic again, make it disappear. I'm just gonna go home and throw it in the proper trash. I made it out. That's it. Wait. Firehouse number 2 loses. And if I get the 1 million views on any of my videos ever, I will make one, not by a fire station, but by a police station. Later, guys.